Brand new dash cam video this morning shows the moment that UPS cargo plane burst into flames. This was seconds after it took off from the airport in Louisville. Federal investigators say there was catastrophic engine failure that led to the crash. 12 people were killed, including a child, and there are 9 that are still missing. They were in the area where the plane went down. Alex Caprariello is joining us now. The mayor just a short time ago gave a number of updates on the situation, those missing, those who lost their lives, and also the investigation.
Yeah, absolutely. And he spoke a little bit more about the level of devastation that this UPS jet left behind, 38,000 gallons of jet fuel. The explosion so massive, and the videos that are now pouring into our newsroom really showing that level of devastation. But first, let's begin with these new images of the black box and the data recorder that the NTSB has officially recovered from the scene of the crash. And as I was explaining to you last hour, black box is somewhat of a misnomer because, in fact, these crucial pieces of equipment are actually typically painted very bright orange. And the reason being that when actual investigators are trying to find them among the wreckage, they're easily found. But you can see these are the ones from this actual UPS jet crash. They are painted black, but only because it is charred to a crisp. Just the level of fire and flames. Thankfully, everything that's actually within them will not be impacted by those fire and flames. So now it's been a little bit more than 40 hours. New video coming in like the one you just showed, that dash cam. Oh my gosh, take a look at the explosion there. We know that the actual trail of the destruction is about a half a mile long. And in this video too, you can see the people running for their lives from those businesses to the right-hand side. You can imagine the terror going through their minds as they hear the explosion, they feel the heat and the intensity of the flames. And all that they can do is what all of us would do, which would be just to run as fast as you can. Obviously, the destruction is very critical here, something that the NTSB is examining. And our very own eyes, our NewsNation crew, actually able to see it for ourselves on these 18-wheel big rigs actually leaving the tarmac. If we have that video, let's take a look at this. This just happened to be right place, right time, as they were taking these pieces of equipment and engines and fuselage away from the tarmac and presumably to a place where they can more privately actually examine in it as this NTSB investigation continues. As you just mentioned, we did hear from the mayor not long ago. He explained a little bit about where this investigation currently stands from his perspective, but also spoke about trying to locate the remaining 9 victims that are still unaccounted for. Take a listen to the mayor.
Our hope is that we have located all of the victims at this point, but again, we do not know. The search will continue. The teams will be out there searching through the debris. There's so much debris there. There is so much charred, mangled metal that not all of the bodies may have been located until you look underneath certain things.
And now there are more questions about the actual maintenance history of the jet that crashed here in Louisville. It's more than 30 years old, first manufactured in 1991. Also a pretty extensive history of some of the repairs that were required, including one that kept it grounded for more than a month. I'm going to have more of that details coming up on NewsNation now. Nicole.
Alex, what about the surrounding area? Air quality, evacuations, debris. How extensive and how far is the area that they continue to investigate?
Yeah, so essentially the radius has been downgraded. It began as a little bit more than a mile. Now it's about a quarter mile, but we continue to hear from environmental experts saying that essentially the air quality has been much improved since we saw those large plumes of black smoke in the air. Also, the water quality at one point was being questioned, particularly for the businesses in the residential areas that are directly near this crash site. The latest I'm hearing is that the water is okay to drink. There are still some folks here that are without electricity at this point, but we know that that's quickly being restored as well. Marni.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.